Fear is just a story you tell yourself every day. People wake up already defeated. They say, I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready. What if I fail? They replay the same excuses like a broken song, then wonder why life never changes. The truth is simple and uncomfortable. Most people aren't trapped by reality. They're trapped by a story they keep telling themselves. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man named Elias. On the outside, he looked fine, job, routine, quiet smile. On the inside, he was drowning in what-ifs. Every morning, he stood in front of the mirror and rehearsed fear. What if I speak up and look stupid? What if I try and fail? What if I chase that dream and lose everything? So he did what fear told him to do. He stayed quiet in meetings. He ignored ideas that burned in his chest. He watched other people live the life he imagined while convincing himself he was being realistic. One night, everything cracked. Elias was walking home late when he saw an old man struggling to lift a fallen bicycle. People passed. No one stopped. Elias felt the familiar hesitation rise in his chest. Don't get involved. You might mess it up. Then the old man looked up and said something that landed like a punch. Funny thing about fear, he said calmly. It tells loud stories, but it never lifts a finger. Elias froze. For the first time, he questioned the voice he had obeyed his whole life. He stepped forward, helped lift the bike. Nothing bad happened. No disaster. No embarrassment. Just a quiet thank you and a strange feeling, relief mixed with shame. That night, Elias couldn't sleep. He realized something terrifying and freeing at the same time. Every cage he lived in was made of words. Stories he repeated so often they felt like truth. So he ran an experiment. The next day, he spoke once in a meeting, voice shaking. No one laughed. The world didn't end. The next week, he applied for something he felt unqualified for. He didn't get it, but he survived. Then he tried again and again. Fear didn't disappear, but its voice got weaker every time he acted anyway. Months later, Elias stood in a life that once felt impossible, not because he was fearless, but because he finally understood this. Fear is not a warning. It's a story written by doubt, edited by comfort, and repeated by habit. And stories only control you until you stop believing them. So the question isn't what if I fail? The real question is, how much of your life are you willing to lose?